Morning, students. In previous class, we have seen what is measurement and what is evaluation and how is measurement, what are the types of measurement, everything we have seen. So today we will discuss how this assessment of students will take place, assessment of students' knowledge and various aspects of students will, how are we going to measure them. Okay. So first, what are the principles of assessment? What is formative assessment and what is summative assessment? And how does this ongoing or formative assessment is possible in any educational institution? So first definition we will see. Assessment in education is the process of gathering, interpreting, recording and using information about pupils' response, students' responses to an educational task. See when the teacher gives you any task like questions or when the teachers ask you to do something, that how are you going to do that response? How are you going to respond to that particular educational task? So the teacher will be able to assess you or examine you by gathering, interpreting, recording, and using the information. So, with that, by these processes, the teacher will be assessing you at what level your knowledge exists. Understand? So that sorry, and evaluation. What is evaluation? It is the means the systematic examination of events occurring and consequent on a contemporary program, particular program, contemporary program only. See, BSc students will be evaluated only in BSc schedule or BSc subjects. MSc students will be evaluated only on MSc subject that are present at that particular time. Okay, when see as time passes, there may be changes in so many syllabus like that. Okay, so depending on the contemporary program, the student will be uh, evaluated by systematic examination. And what is assessment? First of all, we will see what is assessment. The word assess comes from the Latin verb assidere, meaning to sit with. And assessment is a systematic process of gathering, interpreting, and acting upon data related to student learning and experience. Class 10 చేసాయి. So, assessment is a systematic process of gathering, interpreting, and acting upon data related to student learning and experience for the purpose of developing a deep understanding of what students know, understand, and can do with their knowledge as a result of their educational experience. So, by definition, we have seen what is assessment and what is evaluation. So, what are the types of assessment? There are two types of assessment: formative assessment and summative assessment. What is formative assessment? Formative assessment is used to monitor learning progress during instruction and to provide continuous feedback to both students and the teacher regarding learning success and failures. And it is taken at varying intervals throughout a course to provide information and feedback that will help to improve. See, formative assessment is see, the academic year it is started for you just now. Just I think some 15 days back your program has started. See, now and then, whatever you have understood, the teacher, for example, I am there. After completion of this exam, after completion of this unit, I may conduct you contest and evaluate you how far you have understood the lessons. That is called formative assessment. During the instruction program, learning progress, what learning progress has been taken place in the student, that is called formative assessment, like internal examinations. It is called formative assessment. And so, what is by definition what is formative assessment? It is conducted to monitor the instructional process to determine whether learning is taking place as planned. This is according to April and Prishant. Then it is concerned with judgment made during the design and development of a program which are directed towards modifying, forming or otherwise improving the program before it is completed. So before the year is completed, how far the learning took place in the students. That is called formative assessment. Formative evaluation occurs over a period of time and monitors students' progress. This formative assessment is continuous one. It is a continuous one. Throughout this 1 year, you will be evaluated in all the aspects. Okay, and what are the characteristics of formative assessment? It provides the students with honest progress or gain and must be continuous, starts with comment of program until the time to be completed. It informs the students about the extent of learning needs to reach the educational objectives and enables learning activities to be adjusted in accordance with progress made or lack of it. In previous class, I have already told you, see, when the test is conducted, when after going through your papers, how far you have understood. So depending on that, your understanding, the teacher can modify the method of teaching in order to reach the educational or learning objectives. Okay, and it is useful in guiding the students and prompting him to ask for help. It is carried out frequently whenever the student or teacher feels it as necessary and provides teacher with qualitative and quantitative data for modification of his teaching. This is all self-explanatory. And what are the activities of formative assessment? Day-to-day observation. See, every day when the teacher asks, um, teacher starts any lesson, teacher will be questioning about the previous class. Teacher may ask the students questions regarding the previous class, or at the end of the class, the teacher can ask you questions about how far you have understood. That is day-to-day observation. And what about experimental practical? See, when the teacher in the classroom, when the teacher says about any practical aspect, how far you have understood, that will be assessed or observed in the laboratory through experiments or practical aspects. Then activity. Suppose if I tell you any problem, how to solve any problem, I can give you some examples like to solve the problem. Say for example, statistics. See, if the statistics formula is given, then whether you are able to apply that formula or not, I can test through activity. I can give you some activity and make you understand. Next is the project. See, I can give you some project work. How you are doing your project work. That is project. Then assignments. Assignments. So by giving some assignments, also you can assess the learning. Then self study. See, if you don't understand any of the answers, sometimes it can give you to study by yourself or on your own. Okay, it is self study. Then homework experience. I can give you some homework to whatever I am expecting from you. I can give you some homework assignment like assignments, or this is all like say homework exercise. Then simulations. See, for example, normal labor or ECG, taking of ECG. I can just like uh, create a situation in the laboratory with having ECG machine, and you can take the ECG or normal labor. There is one model for normal labor, mechanism of normal labor, how the head is delivered. So these are all simulations. Simulations means just like situation, we are creating a situation here. For example, in movies you might have seen, no? ఎక్కడో, if the director wants to uh, take you to the foreign countries, he can create a place just like foreign country. Like you might have seen in Ramoji Film City, no? So many simulations are there. Then conferencing. By sitting in the conference with group of people and expressing your opinions, clearing, you can clear your doubts in the conference. Everybody will be giving their opinions in the conference. Okay. So, what are the techniques of evaluation? There are different techniques of evaluation. How the um, students can be evaluated. And there are various techniques, classification, how this we can be classified. They can be classified into cognitive domain, affective domain, and psychomotor domain. So, measurement of cognitive domain. The six major levels of evaluation are there. That is evaluation, cognitive domain, evaluation of cognitive domain. Already you might have studied in BSc about this knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. These are the six areas where this cognitive domain is evaluated. Then cognitive domain can be uh, evaluated through written examination, problem solving evaluation, oral examination, and clinical evaluation. These are the different methods where this cognitive domain can be evaluated. Then definition will be say. And examination is an appraisal of ability, achievement, or present status in any respect. And it is an instrument used in making such an appraisal. See, examine by if I want to conduct one exam, what does it mean? I want to how far what are your abilities, what is your achievement, and what is the present status, and is there any instrument to examine what is that you have learned according to good, and what are written techniques. So, a written examination. The test in which the students respond to the teacher in writing is called a written test. You know very well what is written test. See, essay in this written test, what are the different types of tests available? So, one is essay type and objective type. These are what is an essay test? Essay test presents one or more questions or either tasks that require extended responses, written responses from the person being tested. According to Robert Levy. You know very well. Exam you might have discussing in your lower classes that what is written exam, essay question. How many say essay question? Like so, what is an essay type test? Whitman in the year 1933 observed that an essay type of question may use the 11 words signifying the simple to higher mental processes and classified as 11 major categories. What, when, which, and where, at least describe, contrast, compare, explain, discuss, develop, summarize, evaluate. These are the different words used for questioning the students in essay type of questions. And classification of essay questions. Extended responses and restricted responses. What are the principles when you prepare principles of preparing essay type of questions? Do not give too many lengthy questions. You have to remember. And the limits of areas, the behavior which you want should be clearly mentioned. The area you want to test and what is the behavior you are expecting from the student, they should be clearly mentioned in the question. Words should be simple, unambiguous, carefully selected. Any words which are unambiguous, a particular type of words అవి కాంట్రవర్షియల్గా కానీ అన్అంబిగ్యూస్గా కానీ క్లియర్గా కంప్లీట్ ద క్వశ్చన్ ఇవ్వాలి. Do not allow too many. According to the level of student difficulty and complexity items has to be selected. Because you are MSc students, you may be given some complex type of questions, difficult type of questions. Whereas a BSc student, first year BSc student, only simple questions may be given. Then grading an essay. How this essay is graded. Methods are analytical method, global method, method. All of you please write down the assignment. What are the methods of grading? Analytical method, global method, and sequential method. Advantages. relatively very easy to prepare the test. It can assess ability to organize and present these ideas in a logical fashion. And logical thinking, critical reasoning, and systematic presentation can be evaluated through tests. And limitations are it generally tests the lengthy enumeration of memorized facts. They are not given complete marks as objective. Lack of consistency in judgment and needs time. Because lack of consistency. See, when you ask the question uh, related to that particular question, you can write any information. It is not consistent. And poor or limited content sampling. These are the limited. Then we will see what are the objective tests. Objective test items are items that can be objectively scored on which persons select a response from a list of options. See, you know very well objective. One question will be asked. Below that, options will be given, and the student will be asked to respond. Only to select answer or best answer, suitable answer. Then, what are the objective type of test? There are various types of objective tests. True or false, multiple choice questions, multiple response, and matching type. We will see one by one. You know very well what is true or false. See, for example, tetany occurs with increased secretion of parathyroid hormones. Then it is a true or like multiple choice questions. You are caring for an elderly patient who was told recently that he has cataracts. Which one of the following is a cause of cataract? Aging, hemorrhage, and allergies. So, like multiple choice. Then multiple response questions. These are you can select the multiple responses from the given options. If the following group could be included among potassium sparing diet. You can select which is the best. Again, this is only an example. And another one is matching type. Two columns will be given, and you have to select the suitable answer from column B to column A. You can just go through this. What are the advantages? They can be scored objectively and easily, and unambiguous measurement of higher intellectual process of understanding application analysis is necessary, and sorry, it is possible. Higher intellectual processes can be tested through this prediction and disadvantages are objectives like ability to organize matter or present matter. How you can organize the given organize the content that is not possible to evaluate. Printing cost is also very high. See, it takes multiple choices. Printing cost is also very high. It takes so many papers. But whereas for essay writing, you can for essay questions you can take only first careful preparation and takes long time to prepare. These are the disadvantages of other one is problem solving evaluation. The principles of problem solving situations should be tailored to the learner's knowledge and experience. Information about the incident or situation should be sufficient to assure clarity of critical incident is to be sharply questions posted should be directly related to the data involved. Another here regarding the other topics we can see next. Is it clear? Of you please take down one assignment. Already I gave you know, write about those three topics. I think we may discuss many aspects. I'll just upload this video and send you the link. You can go through the class. Any doubts? You can see the slides and make a note of.